Sam, your old mate Jeff Kennett this week has taken exception to the AFL's move to have prayer rooms across all venues at the AFL. What's the big problem with that, Sam? Why would you have anyone have an issue with prayer rooms at football grounds?
Well, thanks for getting me offside with the Muslims straight off. I haven't got an issue.
I didn't know that you had.
I haven't got an issue with it per se. I asked a rhetorical question of someone yesterday. How many Muslims would not come to the football because we don't have prayer rooms at the venues that you play football at? I would say it would be a handful. And why would you put prayer rooms in to satisfy one section of the community when there's plenty of other sections of the community that don't get any benefits for coming to the football over and above the rest of the...
But should it be such a worry, though, Sam? You don't. No one is asking or forcing or compelling anyone to go to it. So if it's providing something for a section of society that doesn't affect you or maybe most of us, does it really matter?
No, it doesn't. I only just asked that question. The more we go on discussing it, the more it sounds like I'm against Muslims or Muslims coming to the football.
No, I'm not. No, you're not saying that. I know you're not saying that. But is it so bad that we do it, that we actually are looking after this section of society?
Well, where does all this start and end? Do we put a prayer room in where? Garry says down in the bowels of the car park or somewhere.
I didn't know.
What?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, we were trying to work...
Now the wolf's weighed in.
Samuel and I have had discussed this for a good hour.
No, I didn't say you'd just...
No, he said, where would it be? And I said, I'd imagine it'd be in the bowels of the MCG somewhere.
That's what I said. That's where the car park is.
No, it's not necessarily.
Well, no, Garry,
because
I know you weren't saying...
I
know you weren't...
I know that.
What I was saying is, if you are sitting up in the top tier of the MCG and a siren goes off, or your phone rings and you're a Muslim...
Yes.
Oh, please. I don't know why we're going on with this. And it says it's prayer time because the sun is setting, or whatever the time is that you pray, one of the 5 times, mid-afternoon. So the handful of you that are Muslims get up from Bay 13 on the top tier and trek all the way down through the beer halls and fast food, past the security, past people vomiting, past crowds trying to get in. You get in the elevator and go down, and people say, where are you going? He's just going down to the prayer room. And they go down and then they come back. They take you an hour and a half.
No, it doesn't.
Surely, Samuel, we're just catering for our multicultural society. Why is it an issue?
It's not an issue, Chief. What it is where do we draw the line? Why don't we cater for every other minority group that wants to come to the football that has some
judge each case on its merits.
Vested interest?
Like who? Who else are you referring to?
It's just not a Muslim prayer room.
Well, Jews can't come on Saturday.
But that's not because there's no place.
Did we go down there?
What happened? I can't believe he just said that.
Well,
true.
Jewish people can't come out of their house.
I understand that, but that's got nothing to do with whether the ground caters for them or not.
Well, how about the competition cater for every section and not play on Saturday?
But the prayer room is not just for the Muslims.
You're being illogical.
Well, let's hang on. Gaz come up again.
The prayer room's not just for the Muslims. It's anyone can go down there and use it.
Oh, I see. So if Melbourne are going bad, you go down and see if you can find the saviour and ask him for some help so we can win a game.
Don't be facetious.
No, but of course it's for Muslims.
Well, I don't know. There may be other religions who need to pray. Well,
let's build a temple out in the car park for Buddhists.
We don't need to do that. We just need...
How about a confessional for Catholics?
No,
come on, Foss,
because you
don't
have to go to confession every day.
Hey?
You don't have to go to confession every day.
God, going to church doesn't make you a Christian any more than standing in your garage makes you a car. What are you talking about?
Well, the Muslim faith has you must pray 5 times a day. You don't, as a Catholic or whatever, you don't have to go to confession every single day.
My only point was, how many Muslims don't come to the football because there aren't...
Well, there's 100 of Bashar Hooli's family are members on the back of Bashar. There are 100 signed up
Bashar Hooli's, the 100 members of his family would come to the football every week if there were prayer rooms.
Well, no one would know the answer to that, but there may be a large Muslim community who would like to go to the football but aren't able to because of the restrictions placed upon them with their obligations to pray.
Well, that was my question. If people are Muslims and they are in that sect? Could they just tell us how much we are missing out?
Well, maybe it will come to light over the next couple
I think
of
it's
weeks.
going ahead. Andrew Demetrio has said on the back of their multicultural ambassadors that they are going to have prayer rooms at all AFL venues, and personally think that is a very good thing. Ross Lyon is going to join us, the new Fremantle coach.
It is a ridiculous thing.
Oh,
it is ridiculous.
Foss.
No, come on.
What?
I mean, honestly.
It's
what
respectful and considerate of the diversities in our
nice gesture,
society.
Sam.
Correct.
Nice gesture.
Stop speaking those politically correct...
What, you'd rather me be politically incorrect?
No,
like you?
I want you to just...
Well, you're making an
say it
argument
as it
for
is.
argument's sake.
No, you're mouthing platitudes, Chief, just to make yourself look relevant. That is ridiculous what you do. But still, if we want to have a prayer room, fair enough. I mean, honestly and truly, why don't we cater for every other person that's got some vested interest in coming to the football for some other reason?
Why are you so worked up over it when it won't affect you? And if it does mean that 100 people extra as a starting point will come, and it might become 1,000 in 2 years' time, Sam. If that's what it becomes, why does it worry you?
No, it doesn't worry me.
It does worry
you. Just
you.
wondering if it was relevant. There's 300,000 go to a round of football every week. For the 10 people that might come because they're Muslims, is it any point?
Having had this argument for a long time last night,
Did you give up in the end, Kev?
Well, thankfully the footy show had to start. It's not just a Muslim thing that Samuel's talking about. No. It is catering for anyone that is going to make exception for, and then the argument can continue. But I don't want people to think that the old Fulham Falls has got a set against the Muslims.
No, he hasn't.
I don't think anyone would be suggesting that.